Hi everyone! So I haven't made an update since 18 weeks and I'm currently 24, almost 25 weeks. I'm actually in baby girl's nursery right now. It still needs like a couple things like behind me in those boxes, that side. I have like shelving and I have like blackout shades or whatever I still have to install, but for the most part it's like done. It looks so freaking cute. I'm so excited. It's a pretty gloomy day here in New Jersey. It's about 34 degrees. It is December 12th, and it's like raining all day. Possibly could snow, hopefully not. So I apologize for the horrible lighting. Okay, so I have so much to update you guys on since 18 weeks. So 18 to 20 weeks, it was really the same. Nothing really happened, but 20 weeks is when I had my 20-week anatomy scan, which everybody, is so excited about, and I was so excited too. My husband actually works at the hospital that the scan was taken at, so he actually couldn't get off of work that day, but he was able to come like on his morning break or whatever, just to be there for like 10 minutes just to see the baby. But my mom was there the whole time. So with COVID, you're only allowed to have one visitor. So when he was able to come, she had to leave. I'm always out of breath, if you could tell. Even just talking, I'm just out of breath. It's horrible. Okay. So at the 20-week anatomy scan, everything looked good. They confirmed again that she's definitely a girl. I mean, we knew that from really early on. I actually forgot to mention that I did the sneak peek test, but I didn't look at my results until after my gender reveal because I wanted to be surprised. So I took sneak peek at 10 weeks, and I found out, I think I didn't do like the fast track one because I was going to wait to view the results anyway. So I did the at-home sneak peek test where you like prick your finger and then you send in your blood sample. And I read so many horror stories that like it's wrong or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it just to see. Like, if I ever have another kid, then I know I can use it for that. So, or not. So I did it at 10 weeks, and then after my gender reveal, I was like, oh my god, I have to go check my sneak peek and see if it was actually right. And it was. Sneak peek was right for me. It said that it was a girl at 10 weeks, and yeah. So that's exciting. Okay, something else that at the 20-week scan. Sorry, I'm looking down because I have like little notes because I'm going to forget everything. Oh, she was measuring kind of small. So at 20 weeks, she was 11 ounces. Normal's like 12 to 13. And they measure, I think, like the thigh bone or something. And they said she's like in the 20th percentile for weight and for growth, but they said that early on it doesn't really matter, so I guess it doesn't really mean too much. But I'm super tiny. I mean, I'm only 4'8", and pre-pregnancy I weighed like 90 something pounds, and my husband is super tall, he's a big guy, so he's like 6'5", and he weighs like 260, something like that. So this can go either way, or she could just be totally average in the middle, so we're like so excited to see. But it was pretty cool that at 20 weeks she was on the smaller side, so maybe my midget genes took over there. So at 20 weeks I actually took a picture, like a halfway picture, like cute whatever, to post on Instagram, and I'm looking back at it, I'm like, I didn't even look pregnant there. And like even at my new job that I started, that I mentioned in my last video, everybody at my new job was like, you don't even look pregnant. I'm like, that kind of sucks. You kind of want to look pregnant, I guess. So at 20 weeks, I was not really showing that much yet. I'll insert that picture. But I would say at 22 weeks is when I like popped out of nowhere. It just like happened overnight. It was like 20 weeks and then looking the way I did in that picture, and then 22 weeks I just popped. I'll see if I took a picture, but I don't think I did. But now at 24, I'll show you my update later in this video. So besides the bump, some symptoms that I've been having recently is that sciatic pain. I still get that randomly. It's not consistent. It's not every day, thankfully. But when I do get it, it's there, and you feel it, and it sucks. Something else that I've had quite a few times is like lightning crotch. It's the weirdest feeling. I mean, if you heard me say it and you knew exactly what I was talking about, then you know. But if not, you're never going to know what it is. It's the weirdest thing. Can't really describe exactly what it is. But another thing I've been having is out of breath, as you could tell. That's like all the time. Anytime I like walk up the stairs or just if I talk too much. It's great. I have like, sometimes I feel like pressure down there, and like that makes me nervous because I'm in a Facebook group, and you know, for anybody who's due March 2021, and people have already had their babies and they have like such scary symptoms, you know, like their water broke, they thought it was discharge, and it happened to be amniotic fluid, and just like all these horror stories. So I'm just like super paranoid, which is horrible. I thought I'd be like more comfortable at this stage of pregnancy, but you just hear so many stories that it's hard not to, you know, think that that could happen to you, because technically it can. You just don't know. Especially it being my first pregnancy, I don't really know what to expect. And I have had a lot of discharge, and I've talked to my OB at my last appointment, and she says it's normal. She said that you would know if it was amniotic fluid versus regular discharge, which I'm hoping is definitely the case. I hope I could tell the difference. Besides discharge, I have had just fatigue. I just feel really tired, and I can't tell if it's because I'm not sleeping well or if I'm just tired because I'm pregnant. Like, I can't even tell the difference. Like, when I go to sleep, I wake up multiple times, like whether it's to pee, which is not as often as a lot of other people say that they wake up to pee. Maybe I wake up to pee, I don't know, like maybe once or twice a night, which is not terrible, but I roll over constantly. It's like if I fall asleep on my right side, I'm so uncomfortable, that hip starts to hurt, or it's not working for me, gotta move to the left, and I just constantly wake up and switch from left to right all the time. I have 2 types of pregnancy pillows, hoping that they would help. One is like a little wedge pillow, which I think I like better actually than the big long body one, like the U-shaped one. The U-shaped one doesn't really like work for me that well, because the part where you're supposed to like put your head is like too high up. I like to have like a lower pillow, so like that part of the pillow doesn't really work for me. It also seems to fall off the bed all the time because it's so like heavy and big, so that's annoying. And then the little wedge pillow I like better, and I just put it between my legs. But neither of them has helped me enough to where I'm like sleeping through the night, so I don't know. I'm not a super big fan of the pillows, I guess. So, since it's December, we started decorating for Christmas around here. Everybody's asking me what I want for Christmas, and I'm literally just telling my family, like, anything for the baby. Like, I don't want anything for myself. I don't need anything. If I want something, I'm just going to go get it. You know what I mean? So, I've just been asking for baby stuff. I'm so excited. Anytime I get like a little outfit or something in the mail that I order, I'm like, oh, it's so cute. I don't really have that much clothes though, compared to like a lot of other people. I bought maybe like 6 outfits. Nothing crazy. I have not gone crazy with the clothes shopping, which I'm so surprised because I thought I would have by now. We needed to start the nursery like earlier than later because it needed a lot of work, and I just wasn't sure how long it was going to take. It needed an entire new floor because the carpet in this room needed to be ripped out. It was really, really old and really gross, so we had to rip it out. Underneath the carpet, the floor was also so destroyed. This house is really old. We rent it. So, yeah, it was really bad. So, luckily, they let us put a new floor in, so we put like a laminate floor in. It looks really good. The walls needed to be redone. It actually needed new windows in this room. We changed the windows in the baby's room and in our bedroom because the windows were so drafty and it just wouldn't have been good for the baby. So we have new windows in those 2 rooms, so that was a nice expense, but totally worth it because you don't want to have drafty windows for a baby. That's just not good. They also just weren't the safest windows either. Like, I would be scared that if she were to like climb up on something and lean on it in her room, like the window would go in. That's how bad the windows were. So I'm so happy we got like new windows. So as far as weight gain, I went to my 22-week appointment with my OB, and at 22 weeks I had gained 10 pounds. I don't know how average or not average that is, but to me that was a huge number. I've never even went over 100 pounds my whole life. So to be like 104, 105 was just, I don't know, it's kind of like weird to me. And I do feel heavier, I guess. Not only in my belly, but like my face is definitely a little chunkier. Luckily my arms and like my upper body doesn't seem to have gained weight, but my back, like I have like fat on my back now, which is just weird. Like my hips, my back, obviously my belly is just big because the baby's there. And like my cheeks definitely have gotten a little chunkier. So it's a little weird. I understand that I'm pregnant and I need to gain weight and stuff, like it's normal, but it is hard to gain weight. I don't know. I'm not loving that part. I do try to exercise still, but let me tell you, it is so hard to exercise. I used to run, like, just nothing crazy. I'm never like a huge person to work out. I'm not like super into fitness or anything like that, or healthy eating. I'm just, I just like to move. It just makes me feel good. So pre-pregnancy, I would run like 4 times a week, just 2 miles, nothing crazy. And I would do it in like 24 to 25 minutes, just 2 miles in 24 to 25 minutes, 4 times a week. As my pregnancy progressed, I got slower and slower, which is fine. I mean, I'm not too mad about it. I was doing like, 26 minutes, 27 minutes, 28 minutes. Now I'm at like 29 minutes, and I'm only doing it 3 times a week, and I have to like force myself to do it. It's getting rough. There are some days where I just feel like more energized and I feel like it's not going to be as bad. But there are some days where it's like so hard and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not going to do it today. So, I mean, there definitely has been a week or two where I did not run 3 times a week, maybe twice, because I'm just tired. Also, with exercise, I don't feel like I'm eating that much to have gained 10 pounds. I don't know. I mean, I definitely eat normal. Like I don't really have cravings. I don't like binge. I don't eat like crazy weird things at weird times of the day. I eat pretty normal meals. So I don't know. I don't really understand how that works, but I guess it is what it is. So let's see. Now I'm 24 weeks. Definitely still feeling tired. My stomach is huge. I'm definitely going to show you that in the next clip. I feel huge. I mean, I don't know. 24 weeks has been like kind of nice. I feel more pregnant. I look more pregnant, so it feels like more real. As far as like her movements at 24 weeks, it's like kind of inconsistent, but you definitely can feel her. I feel her move around, maybe sometimes throughout the day, but I'm just not as focused on it. So I feel her most like when I first wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night. My husband has been able to feel her definitely once, maybe twice from the outside, like with his hand on my stomach. But it's like, I'll be like, oh, she's moving, put your hand there. And then like he'll do it and she'll stop. So I don't know, she like knows. I've tried to record her moving because you can see it sometimes. Every time the camera comes out, she stops moving. So she's stubborn already. As far as her name, like I said in the last video, her name is going to be a secret until she's born. Not for any, reason I want to keep it from people. Just because, you don't really want everybody's opinions. You just don't. I mean, you just, this is her name and it is what it is. Like, I don't need to hear everybody's opinions before. Like, oh, you should do this. You should do that. Oh, you shouldn't do this. So we just told everybody we have a name picked out. We're not going to tell you what it is till she's born, and that's it. As far as my new career, I love it. I started in November as per diem there at the pharmacy technician job, and I love it. It's so different from what I was doing before, but it's awesome. It's not like a job I have to go home and do hours of work. It's like, you clock in, you do your job, and you clock out. I still have so much to learn there, but it's been really good for me. I feel really proud of myself to be like starting a whole new career while pregnant, middle of a pandemic. Like, I feel really proud of myself for doing it. January is going to be like crazy for me because I'm taking a lot of shifts at the hospital for people who need to be like out on vacation or like they couldn't do their weekend. So, and I'm still doing my other full-time job until the baby comes. So January, the whole month of January, I literally have 2 days off the entire month, which is just crazy because New Year's Eve, I turn third trimester, which is amazing. So right when I start my third trimester is when I'm going to be working consecutively, like a million days straight until I get like that one weekend. I have one weekend off in January and that's it. I work every single other day. Sometimes it's a double, sometimes it's whatever, but all the weekends I'm working except for one. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. So pray for me. And then February, I think my schedule like kind of slows down a little bit. I'll just be doing my normal full-time job and then my per diem weekend shift. Nothing like too out of the ordinary. And then into March, we're going to just see how I'm feeling and see if I want to take extra hours or not. And then after the baby's here, I'm going to just be doing, I guess you can consider it part-time because I'm going to be doing like 2 to 3 nights at my, what is now full-time job, and I'm going to continue to do my per diem pharmacy job. So the per diem pharmacy job is like every third weekend, and anytime that anybody needs like vacation, if I am able to like take their hours and whatever, just extra hours here and there. So I'll technically be working like 2 to 3 nights a week and every third weekend. That's like the minimum. And then of course anything else I can take extra shifts. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the bump now. That was my update up till now. My next appointment is the 26th week appointment, and it'll be my glucose test. So I'm kind of, I mean, I've heard like horror stories about it, but I'm not too nervous about drinking the drink. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I will definitely let you know how that goes, praying I don't have gestational diabetes. Okay, and now for the bump. It is definitely there. Like if I push in here, you could just see like I think I'm carrying really high. I mean, my stomach starts all the way up here. So yeah, here's the bump. Here's from the front. You could definitely tell like I'm wide here. I need to pull this down a little bit. And the side again. Yeah. So that's the bump at 24 weeks. I will keep you guys updated. That's it.